Hey, Sven here. Week 20, 2026, and here I am again with my weekly build log diary. Last week I announced that the UI would probably be revamped this week. We didn't manage to do that. That turned out to be a lot more work than expected, so I don't have a new update for you yet. But instead, there are a few new features that are definitely super interesting and quite exciting, and I want to show them to you here. So we've now started working on the cadence again here in the structure settings. And the cadence refers to the different intervals at which meetings take place. Starting from the annual meeting, that is the yearly meeting, to trimester or quarterly meeting, monthly meeting, weekly meeting, and daily meeting. And what we were already able to do before was to set when these meetings take place. These meetings also have the characteristic that, for example, if there's a monthly meeting, then it doesn't make sense to have a weekly meeting on the same day or in the same week and so on. So this means this hierarchical meeting overlap. Then we added new entries here. As I said, it doesn't all look very nice yet, but that will come later. So we have the option to specify an agenda here. Who is responsible for each agenda item? How long does each agenda item take? That means I can basically add this here as a foundation. And when I start a new meeting, you can supplement the agenda accordingly, just like you would at a club meeting. Then we have the option to set some standard settings. So who is responsible for the meeting and who is the moderator for the meeting? There's also a new feature here, the meeting moderator, which I'll get to in a moment. And here I can set who the default participants are for such a meeting. And when you select a participant like this, then you can specify that it's either a person or you can say it's a representative of a domain. So, for example, if I say this is the representative from the customer domain, then that person will be dynamically added to the meeting. And there are also the roles of attendee or observer. Yes, and this way I can make these settings for all meetings. And from these meetings, the calendar is then created. And the calendar looks like a normal calendar, just as you know it, where the corresponding meetings are entered here. It doesn't make sense to always enter the dailies here. That means they are simply always displayed up here. So if I click on this, I can see, aha, when the next meetings are. And then, for example, I can say on, I think the 25th is, I believe, Whit Monday. Then I can simply say here, the meeting will be skipped because logically it won't take place then. Here. So exactly, let's go in here again. Yes, skip because of Pentecost, exactly. So then we have the corresponding settings here. You can see here now what I just mentioned, that this weekly meeting, which takes place on Fridays, does not happen on this day because that's when the monthly meeting is. Yes, and whenever you click on a meeting, you can see the settings and the details there. There's also the meeting view. We still need to look at whether we want to keep that at all or if we just want to manage everything through the calendar. And if I have a meeting like this now, then I can start it directly from here. And conducting a meeting like this should in the future be moderated by the meeting moderator. That means the moderator knows the agenda and then works through the agenda step by step. And that's where the corresponding execution of the meeting takes place. I can then enter any comment here. And then I click here. I need to move myself to the side. Then I click here on continue. There isn't a previous cycle, so nothing appears here yet. Then I can enter a new annual goal here and can leave it as a draft with the virtual CEO, meaning with an AI. I'll come back to that in a moment. Then the outcomes are defined here. I'll just enter this symbolically for now. Outcome 1, outcome 2, and so on. And then at the end, I get an overview again of everything we've discussed, and I wrap things up. And then I come back here to the overview page, and the meeting is completed. And based on these goals and outcomes, there are then goals and outcomes in the various domains, and so on. And as I said, all of this is managed by the meeting moderator. And this meeting moderator is also, once again, an AI actor. And if I take a look at it here, you can see, for example, a description like walk the agenda and track time and so on and so forth. That means it moderates us through such a meeting. And then there's also the virtual CEO. For that, I have to scroll down here to the structure settings. So that would basically be my companion as CEO, who can and may represent me, depending again on what the role contract says. And now we also have various settings here. So tone of voice, the style, what values do you have? What is your decision-making style? Then what can I delegate to them? So is he allowed to do certain things completely, or is he only allowed to draft them? Does it have to go into the inbox? Is he allowed to do it on his own? These are all detailed settings that I can configure for my virtual CEO so that I can say, I can assign this task to him and I'll take care of the rest myself. Yes, then in which language does he communicate, and what is his perspective on the different domains of this virtual CEO? So you can look forward to it. I hope that in 2 weeks we'll be able to show something again, because I'm going on vacation for a week now. And whether I'll manage to make a video next week, I'm not quite sure yet, but so be it. At the latest, we'll see each other again in 2 weeks. See you soon. Bye.